Welcome to the video, guys. Like and subscribe, and while you're at it, go check us out on Amazon.com. Go to Amazon, type in Yuri Bruce. We've got some books for you to check out there, including a walkthrough of Fiance Visa, a video version, an audio version. Just go check them out. Later. Let's get into this. I want to ask you a question about coming here as a K-1 visa holder in 2014, and now it's now currently 2020, so it's 6 years. What do you feel now? Like, did we make the right choice? Is there anything that you could have done better? And is there any advice that you would give to somebody else who's going through a K-1 visa process?
As a K-1 visa holder, I would say that looking back, I would still do and choose K-1 visa just because it has an option for me to opt out on the agreement as a K-1 holder. You know, coming into a country that's new, as a K-1 visa holder, it gives the petitioner, which is the U.S. citizen, and the K-1 visa holder, which is me, it gives us both the option to discontinue the visa and the relationship once the K-1 visa holder is in the United States and decided to not continue with the process and getting married, because it is such a long process. It took me 5 years to get my citizenship. The transition is really hard to not be able to go back home for almost 3 years just because of the uncertainty. So I did not know this part that, as an immigrant, I am one of the most affected when there's a new administration elected by the American people. That I am one of the most affected as an immigrant, to be worried that I have built a life in the United States and it could be taken away from me in an instant if I leave. And even though I already have a green card at that time, I had to delay my trip, waited to get my 10-year green card. It didn't come for over a year, almost 2 years. And so I waited again and applied for the U.S. citizenship to make sure that when I leave the United States, I can be assured that I am gonna be able to enter the country again, just because I already have my family here and my husband, my kids. That was very stressful.
Yeah, but you can, just a note for anybody out there. So here's the process. You're a K-1 visa holder. You come legally to the United States with your K-1. You have 90 days to get married, right? By the time you get here, for us, it was 88 days. Mm-hmm. So what Yuri was talking about is it gives you time to figure out, okay, do I really want to live here? Can I live in this new country?
That's what
Can
I
we
mean.
live together?
Not necessarily leaving your partner, but the adjustment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you're kind of a newer couple, like if you've only been together 1 or 2 years or something like that, then that is a factor, right? Because you still kind of need to live together for some time. So there's this grace period where you have 90 days to figure out what you want to do with your fiance. Then you get married. Then you do the green card process, and that is a long process. And now once you actually start the green card process, they give you this card called what is it called? It's a EAD card. And that is a combo card
that
and allows you to travel. You can actually use it and we actually did. So Yuri didn't have to wait for 2 years to leave to go back home to the Philippines. You could have actually left with the EAD card.
Oh, you mean in the first process?
But you were nervous about leaving the country.
I did not want to leave just because.
But we actually did leave the country. We went to Mexico.
Oh yeah, we went to Mexico.
So you can do it. So.
But it was in the border, We went to Ensenada, and it's right there. On a cruise.
It was kind of safe, we were together.
So Yeah, and we were together. It's easier to like justify that, you know, hey, I am here legally.
Right. We
so
brought
that
all
was
the
fine.
papers with us, and they did ask about it, by the way. They did ask when she was coming back over the border. They were like, took her aside and like,
oh yeah,
remember that?
Yeah. I'm like,
I was like, damn.
wow. I'm like, okay, but I did not take it personally. Like, that's just part of the process.
It's been a long process. We
was stressful.
We did it together, and it was. I was one of the things that you, if you're a U.S. petitioner, watching this, you're going through the K-1 visa process or whatever process you're going, and you're petitioning someone to come here. I would say, like, you got to support your partner, right? You can't just be like, oh, do those documents. You guys, what we did was we did it together. Like this whole journey has been something all the challenges we met together, all the emotional baggage that comes with having an integrated family, because I got kids and stuff, they live with me. All those things that we had to battle together, and to make it to this point. And it hasn't always been easy. Like there's been some huge challenges, but for me, I would do it all over again because it's been worth it. Like, but we made it worth it, So keep going and keep fighting out there. If you're going through this process, you can do it. If we can do it, you can definitely do it. We'd known each other before we became engaged. We knew each other for about 2 years, a year and a half, something like that. And we can do it. You can do it. Now we've been married for 6 years. So
yeah,
and it's been ups and downs. Overall, my life is 100% better.